Oh, excuse me. Hello, Western Civ 104. Welcome to week 7. We're moving right along now, and we are sliding into a really important chapter, in my opinion. It's Roman Christianity. Now, you were set to have exam 2. I'm actually canceling that. You guys had an exam not that long ago, and you've been doing really great work. And I'd like you to just kind of focus on doing the notes and then writing the paper. Now, I talk about comparing and contrasting Western Rome to Eastern Rome in the paper. And you really need to pay close attention to this discussion. And so I want you to look at the Sunday paper topic first. Just take a look at it. Again, read it over, and then take the notes. And you should keep that in mind, because sometimes I've had moments where a lot of students don't do so well on this paper because they're just not getting it. I don't know why. So I want you to think about, okay, Eastern and Western Rome. And part of the problem is that we don't often conceptualize or think about the Eastern Roman Empire, the Greek-speaking Roman Empire of the East. And it's actually going to last the longest. But this is Western Civ. And so it makes sense that the Roman Catholic Christianity is going to dominate the West, is going to be the glue that actually holds the West together as the Roman Empire actually falls apart. And Roman Christianity then is going to also be the center of controversy later on, that is also going to then, so it starts off right now as the glue of the West, and then it's going to end up being the very thing that, it's going to be a part of the religious wars that people are going to challenge, and it's going to be very bloody. Now, having said that, Christianity comes into the West partly by missionaries and partly through the sword. And we'll learn more about all of that when we talk about Charlemagne later on in later courses. And in a sense, I would argue that Islam and Christianity really kind of dominate the world the same way. Partly through missionary work, partly through kind of imperial powers, and also through direct force. And you will see all of that. And actually, we're going to cover Islam and its influence on the West next week, which will be interesting. And it'll be in a much more positive, I think many of you will be just a little surprised, and you'll enjoy what you're learning here. So, in any case, I want you to go into this realizing that if, like in America in particular, we really only think of there being kind of two versions of Christianity, Catholic and Protestant. And Protestant is a broad-based set of religions that are basically, the word meant to protest, that were more what they consider themselves Bible-based Christianity, and not having a central authority like a pope or anything like that. And Protestantism evolves in a very different way. No images for the most part, and worship and all of that. Well, that's not the case with all Protestant groups. But again, the Eastern Empire, we just kind of write off. We don't think about as much. And so, come the end of these lectures, you're going to have a more better conceptualization of this. So, I want to remind everybody, I'm having still this problem. I don't know why. In some of my classes, history papers must have dates for time periods. And I'm going to keep marking lower and lower points. If I get a paper, I don't care how well written, and there's not a date somewhere, okay? We got to move on with this. Give me a date and time period. It doesn't have to be many, but we got to be grounded in something, okay? So that's all I want to say about that. So, long story short, I went to the Philippines recently, and I also hoped that that would reset my visa. That's the way it was normally done, apparently. That has been anecdotally understood on the street of Thailand for a while. And Thailand's going through some weird things, some changes. Some of the changes make sense, but we don't get the memo. So basically, I came back and they gave me 30 days, and I couldn't renew it. And so I planned on staying in Thailand. And now, if I want to go back, they could. I mean, I'm not on the bad side of Thailand. It's just that if I want to go back, they could just give me 7 days. Basically, whoever's doing the immigration can kind of randomly decide what they want to do with me, and so I can't have a predictable trip. So I have to get a student visa or a work visa to stay there. So now I'm in Hong Kong with my friend that I've known for years. It's also from Modesto, and he's a lawyer here. He has lived in mainland China for many years, speaks fluent Mandarin, but here I believe it's Cantonese in Hong Kong, and so he doesn't actually speak this version of Chinese, but he can read it. And Hong Kong's a trip. Obviously the weather's a lot cooler. I'm wearing a sweater now. And it's very expensive, although I guess they pay a lot. Just endless buildings. I'm just blown away. So I'll send you a picture, but I'll just give you an idea also of this room. Just to kind of show you guys. The lighting in here is kind of bright. So this is not a big apartment, but I'm on the 36th floor, by the way. So here's got the where he puts his clothes. I'm sleeping on the couch over here, and this is his room. I don't know if you can see this view. The lighting is really too bright, but okay. You see these big buildings? And I can see the ocean from here. But yeah, it's too bright to show you. This apartment is $2,800 a month. Yeah, for this. And but what I'm really amazed about here in Hong Kong is how well everything seems to run, how smooth, despite the fact that there's just people living on top of people. But something that I found a little disturbing and unfortunate is I went Sunday downtown, and you see hundreds of Filipino women, hundreds, all sitting on cardboard boxes or whatever they can, eating. Some of them are dancing and playing music. I mean, it looks fun for the most part. So there's something kind of beautiful there. But you say, why is there so many there? And I found out that what it is that Hong Kong has small places, a lot of rich people. Most of these Filipino women are working as domestic workers, kind of basically cooking food, cleaning, or watching the children as nannies. And they basically don't have anything more than a bed, maybe not even their own room. And there's many of them working out here. They have no place to hang out with friends or anything. So I don't know how this got organized, but all of these Filipino women that are single, alone, or they, maybe they are married, but they're not together with the person they're with right now due to maybe just because they have to get this job. They just all hang out all day, and it's like a picnic, except it's in the middle of the the downtown, on the sidewalks. Because I guess there's really no other place to go. And there's a beautiful park here, but it goes up really high and really steep, and it's very hard to get up to. And I don't know if there's a law against them going up there, or it's just too steep. I don't know. As I keep traveling, I see the world and many different things, and just kind of get blown away about what to make of it all. In any case, we're all learning together perpetually as students of life. And please feel free to write me anymore. I should be able to be focused strictly on my classes now that I'm here. I'm catching up on grading, and I'm starting to catch up on answering questions from you guys. So have a good week, and we'll be in touch.